Hello everyone, let's see salt analysis. This is very important part for your practical examination. So what do we mean by salt? A salt is a product when an acid and a base reacts, right? Reaction is known as neutralization and we get a salt, right? So for example, HCl and NaOH reacts and we get NaCl plus water. So in case of NaCl, you see that Na plus has come from base and it is a cation. So cations are known as basic radicals. Similarly, Cl minus is an anion and it has come from acid. So all anions are known as acidic radical. So when we are doing salt analysis, so we are actually identifying that which cation or which anion it is, and such type of analysis are known as qualitative or identification analysis, right? So to find out that our salt contain which cation which anion, we will divide our analysis into two parts. One is the acidic radical and another one is the basic radical. Okay, so for acidic radical, we have divided all the radicals in our syllabus into three categories. One which respond to dilute H2SO4, other which do not respond to dilute H2SO4 but respond to concentrated H2SO4, and the third category is which do not respond either to dilute H2SO4 or concentrated H2SO4. So if we take test tube and we add salt in it and then we add dilute H2SO4, so we can observe brisk effervescence. If brisk effervescence comes, it means that the given anion is carbonate. If we see a rotten egg smell, it means it could be sulfide. If we see a smell of burning sulfur की smell is like, when hair is burnt, तब जो smell आती है वो burning sulfur है. So then sulfite may be present, and if it is reddish brown gas, then nitrite may be present. If it does not respond to dilute H2SO4, we'll take a fresh test tube and add salt and then add concentrated H2SO4. Remember, we don't have to add this concentrated H2SO4 in the previous test tube, राइट. वी हैव टू टेक द फ्रेश टेस्ट ट्यूब, बिकॉज अगर आप डाइल्यूट H2SO4 वाले टेस्ट ट्यूब में कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड डालोगे तो वो तो फिर खुद ही डाइल्यूट हो जाएगा, राइट. सो विद डाइल्यूट H2 with concentrated H2SO4, if you observe pungent smell, it could be chloride. If you observe reddish brown pungent, then it is could be bromide. Violet vapors, iodine, that means iodide anion. Reddish brown, it means nitrate. And if we smell vinegar, vinegar like smell, then it is acetate, right. And if we do not observe anything here also, then it is 100% a sulfate is our anion. So right now I am discussing carbonate and acetate anion. So as we have seen that carbonate responds in dilute H2SO4, so we take a test tube, we add salt, and then we add dilute H2SO4 in it. When we add dilute H2SO4, then we observe brisk effervescence. Brisk effervescence is like, as it comes when we open a Pepsi or Coca-Cola bottle. So that is also because of CO2 only. So the similar kind of brisk effervescence here with no smell, then carbonate may be present. So ये जो फर्स्ट टेस्ट हम करते हैं बेटा, इसको हम बोलते हैं प्रीलिमिनरी टेस्ट, विच डज नॉट कन्फर्म द प्रेजेंस ऑफ एनायन, बट it shows that it may be there, right. So to perform confirmatory test, we'll have to pass CO2 in the lime water. So CO2 can be passed in lime water with the help of delivery tube as shown in the figure. Otherwise, how we can do it in the lab, we can take an empty test tube and put it on the over the test tube which has salt and dilute H2SO4 in it. So when CO2 comes in, it will go in the upper test tube, and we will take that upper test tube and we will close it with the help of blotting paper available in the lab. So this test tube now has CO2, and we'll take a lime water in another test tube, and then we'll add this lime water into the test tube which has CO2, and we'll shake the content. When we'll shake the content, then milkiness will appear, right. So because this CO2 has reacted with calcium hydroxide, that is calcium hydroxide is lime water, and that is why we see the milkiness. So when carbonate react with H2SO4, so CO2 is formed, because of which we observe brisk effervescence. So this CO2 when reacts with calcium hydroxide, right, CaCO3 will be formed, and CaCO3 is water insoluble, and that is why it will cause milkiness, because the CO2 was present in the test tube and then you added calcium hydroxide. So milkiness appears. If you pass more amount of CO2, then you will find that milkiness will now disappear because of the formation of calcium hydroxide, right? So calcium hydroxide is water soluble, and that is why milkiness will disappear. So that confirms the carbonate ion. If there we did not observe anything when we added dilute H2SO4, okay, so if no reaction happens when you added dilute H2SO4 in the salt, then we will add, then carbonate, sulfide, SO3 2 minus and NO2 minus are absent. So since these anions are absent in the salt, we'll take a fresh test tube and we will add concentrated H2SO4 to it. See, please note that you will not add salt and then dilute H2SO4 and then we'll see that nothing is happening, so you add concentrated H2SO4. If you are adding concentrated H2SO4 in the dilute H2SO4, then obviously the concentrated salt also becomes diluted, right? So we will observe all these thing. So always take a fresh test tube, okay? So for the test of acetate, we will add concentrated H2SO4 and we'll smell vinegar. If vinegar smell is there, it means that it is having acetate anion. This is a preliminary test, right? So for confirmatory test, we want to get this brown color which is shown here in the test tube, and this brown color will come when we add neutral ferric chloride to the test tube. So the test is, we will take the test tube, we will take the salt, and then we will add concentrated H2SO4 and neutral ferric chloride to it. So basically the acetate present in the salt reacts with ferric chloride and it forms iron acetate, right? So since the valency of iron is 3, so you need 3 acetate. So now these 3 acetate here it is wrong in the second line, please correct it. The 3 acetate would be there, so they react with H2O and then we found this complex, and this complex is reddish brown in precipitate. So another test is oxalic acid test. In this we'll take a watch glass, we'll add salt in it, and then we'll add oxalic acid, and then we will add 1-2 drops of water, and then we'll just with the help of a spatula we'll mix the content, right? You initially though, we used to, when we were kids, we used to do it on palm, and we used to call it palm test, but these days we don't recommend doing it on palm. So take a watch glass and perform it. You will find a vinegar like smell. It's not fruity smell, it is the vinegar like smell. So basically oxalate reacts with acetate, and then you will find this acetate will be formed, acetic acid will be formed, and hence you will find you will observe a vinegar smell. Third test is the ester test. In ester test, we take a test tube, we take salt which has acetate, right? We are just confirming acetate here. We add ethanol and 1-2 drops of concentrated H2SO4. We'll heat the content. Now heating has to be done in a water bath. Water bath means we'll take a beaker and we'll put water in the beaker, and then we'll add the test tube. We will not directly heat the content, and then we'll observe fruity smell. So this fruity smell is because of the formation of ester, right? You might have studied esterification in class 10th. It is the same reaction, okay? So this was the testing for anions. Now let's test for cations. Cations are basic radical. So here I have taken the case of 2 cations, ammonium and lead. So ammonium is in 0 group. Ammonium is the only cation present in 0 group, and it reacts with NaOH, and you will observe the smell of ammonia. So when smell of ammonia comes in, when ammonia comes out, if you bring a glass rod dipped in HCl, you will observe dense white fumes like this, like shown in the image. This is the second test. Dense white fumes is a confirmatory test, but generally I have not seen it coming easily. Reason being, the HCl which we use in the lab is actually dilute, not the concentrated one. So we do the another test, which is Nessler's reagent. Nessler's reagent is K2HgI4. Its name is potassium tetraiodomercurate, right? So we take salt and we add NaOH in it, and then we add Nessler's reagent. So we will observe a reddish brown precipitate as shown here in the test tube. And if I look at the chemistry of the reaction, so this K2HgI4, which is Nessler's reagent, reacts with ammonia, and we add NaOH also here. NaOH otherwise was added when we wanted to take out ammonia, ठीक है, in the preliminary test. तो एक ये कॉम्प्लेक्स बनता है. इस कॉम्प्लेक्स का कलर ही रेडिश ब्राउन है जो हमें टेस्ट ट्यूब में नज़र आ रहा है, राइट. इसका नाम है आयोडाइड ऑफ मिलन्स बेस. It is a base, it is a bridge structure. Bridge structure we'll study in grade 10th. Its structure is like this, and it is reddish brown in color. So reddish brown color confirms the formation or presence of ammonia. If we do not smell ammonia after adding NaOH, generally I don't recommend कि smell ammonia नहीं आई है तो आप directly चल जाओ. I always ask student to go for the Nessler's reagent test, because कई बार अमोनिया की स्मेल बच्चे आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर पाते हैं. तो then second test for lead is in first group, so we'll add dilute HCl, because dilute HCl is the group reagent for group 1. When we add dilute HCl, we'll find white precipitate of PbCl2. We have to divide this white precipitate into two parts. How do we do it? You will shake the content of the test tube, take another test tube, and then pour half of the content of this test tube into another test tube. Let both the test tubes settle for some time, and then you can just remove the water just by tilting the test tube in the sink. That's it. That is how you have divided the precipitate into two equal halves. It is not necessary it should be equal. We just need two parts, right? So we'll add Ki in one test tube and K2CrO4 in second test tube. So we get canary yellow color in case of Ki, and we get a little dark yellow in case of PbCrO4. So with PbI2 we get a bright yellow, which is canary yellow. Canary is a bird, right? And it is there is a flower also. It is also named canary because of the bird. So this Pb2 plus 2HCl से जो प्रेसिपिटेट बना था वाइट कलर का, उसको दो पार्ट में डिवाइड किया. एक में Ki डाला, Ki ने PbCl2 से रिएक्ट किया, PbI2 बन गया. PbI2 is canary yellow color, right, a bright yellow. And when you will add K2CrO4 in PbCl2, then you will get PbCrO4, which is again a yellow precipitate. So yellow precipitate confirms the presence of lead. PbCrO4 color is also known as chrome yellow color, right? So now let's see the next part. ये तो देख लिया that how we have to perform the test in the lab, how you are supposed to write it in your answer sheet, right? So when you are writing it in your answer sheet, you have to write down the aim. What is your aim here? To identify the acidic and basic radical in the given packet number. पैकेट नंबर बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है बेटा. जैसे ही आपको सॉल्ट मिलता है आप इमीडिएटली उसका पैकेट नंबर नोट कर लो, ठीक है, कि वो कौन सा पैकेट नंबर है. फॉर एग्जांपल पैकेट नंबर 16 मैंने लिख लिया. देन समटाइम्स टीचर्स आस्क स्टूडेंट्स टू राइट reagent or apparatus used, right? So that completely depends what instructions are being given to you when you are writing the practical exam. So you can write the test tube, HCl, NaOH, Nessler's reagent, dilute HCl, PbI2, whatever you have used, you can write it down. Then you have to make a table like this, and there will be 3 columns in the table. First experiment, second observation, third is inference. So whatever you are performing, you have to write in the first column. Whatever you are observing, you have to write in second, and inference is what result or what is your understanding by the test. For example, in the first ammonia ke test mein, if you have added NaOH in the test tube and you smell ammonia, it means ammonia may be present. So next is you will go for the confirmatory test for ammonia. So confirmatory test was the Nessler's reagent one, so you can write that salt in test tube plus NaOH and then smell of ammonia, and you have added Nessler's reagent. So when you write Nessler's reagent, you will find the reddish brown precipitate. So ammonia is confirmed. So I have not written, I think, Nessler's reagent here, but you have to write, because when you add Nessler's reagent, only then reddish brown precipitate will be formed. Okay. So this was the confirmatory test for ammonia. For the lead, सो फॉर टेस्टिंग लेड, सपोज अमोनिया आ चुका है तो लेड तो नहीं करना, अब हमें एनायन करना है. ठीक है. सो फॉर एनायन लेट से कार्बोनेट है, या अभी वी फॉर एज ऑफ नाउ वी आर ओनली टॉकिंग अबाउट कार्बोनेट एंड एसिटेट. सो अगर कार्बोनेट था हमारा, क्योंकि हम टेस्ट पहले कर चुके हैं, राइट, तो अब हम लिख रहे हैं, तो सॉल्ट में टेस्ट ट्यूब डाल, सॉल्ट लिया, टेस्ट ट्यूब में डाइल्यूट H2SO डाला, ब्रिस्क एफर्वेसेंस आई, कार्बोनेट में भी प्रेजेंट, राइट. देन इसके बाद ये तो प्रिलिमिनरी, अब कन्फर्मेटरी हमारा लाइम वाटर वाला टेस्ट था. सो वील टेक सॉल्ट इन टेस्ट ट्यूब एंड देन द गैस which is being released is passed into the lime water, and lime water turns milky. When lime water turns milky, then carbonate, maybe carbonate is present. You can leave it till here also, or one more test which we discussed already, the formation of calcium bicarbonate. When you pass more amount of gas, then this milkiness will disappear. So you can write that also. All right. So with this, your salt analysis is over. I hope you will follow all these instructions, and it will be very easy for you to write, because this is very, very important part in class 11th. Its weightage may vary from 8 to 10, depends upon the school, and in class 12th its weightage is 8, right? So this is once you have made this table, then after that also you have to write down all the reactions involved, which I have already discussed while explaining the test. So carbonate is confirmed. Okay, right. Now you will write the reactions. Since your salt was ammonium carbonate, so you will write the reactions of ammonium and carbonate. Suppose आपका salt में lead आया है, तो आपने ammonium test किया, but ammonium का test negative आया, so that you have to write it in the table that no smell of ammonia is observed, but you don't need to write the reactions here. Okay. All right, that's it. Thank you. All the best. Good luck for your exam. Bye bye. Have a great day.